artist says that he feels guilty, and then following that, he says that he wants to go on Catfish and show the world what's going on, and pretty much show that he kind of cheated on his wife, even though he wasn't really going to be with her. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm confused. Hey, Samore Love Bugs. You have now tuned into my Catfish recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos, and don't forget to give it that good old thumbs up, okay? So, we have Thaddeus. He's a former correction officer, and he wanted to get good advice from like a stranger. So he met with this person online named Sara Jackson. Sara, they were talking for a while, and then they started getting feelings for each other. So they were supposed to meet on several occasions, but the first time she had seizures, then another time she got abducted by her ex. So there was a lot of things. I can't even say this with a straight face, you guys. She got abducted by her ex. And this doesn't sound familiar. We heard a story like this a couple episodes back. So he wasn't able to meet up with her. So then he finds out after doing his own little research, because I guess being a correction officer, he pretty much did Max and Eve's job. Like, he did everything that they would have done. He did the phone search, he did the picture search, he did reverse lookup and this and that. He did everything. He used Google to its full advantage. Yeah. So now, when he does all this reverse lookup and everything, he finds out that her name is Ashley. And he found out that she's been doing this for several years. So then Max and Eve, they Skype him, they talk to him a little bit more about that. And that is, he says, this is the weird part that you throw in there, he's married. He's married, he was going to leave his wife, they were having issues, so he wanted somebody that was kind of neutral, didn't know anything about the situation, either a guy or girl, didn't really matter to him, to just kind of talk. You know what he was trying to do? He was trying to get some free advice, he was trying to get some free counseling, and that's where he messed up. You know, you can't get too many good things for free, okay, honey? That's what you need to know. So yeah, that's what he did, and he said that he pretty much tried to have a stranger to talk to, and then it was almost like about to turn into a relationship, because, you know, you talk to somebody for that long, sometimes things happen. So then he said that he was on the phone with the girl, and that she was actually getting abducted while he was on the phone with her. Like, he heard screams in the background, he heard rustling and bustling, he heard the cops come, he tried to call several different police stations to no avail, and he used the name that she gave. No one knew of anything about any Sara Jackson, anything happening. Then he also tried to call her mom, because apparently she had gave the mom's number, no answer, so he tried to text her as well, and nothing. Yeah, he's real good to be doing all of that. I guess he was like, he said that he was like real worried because it was nothing that he could really do because he was just on the phone. This is crazy, y'all. So then when they looked up this Ashley person, they see that she has like felonies for grand larceny and larceny. She got arrested like twice. So it's something a little odd about her. And they also called a guy that she used to talk to or whatever, and he said the same thing, that she had seizures and she also got abducted by her ex. He heard the noises in the background as well, and he said that she was just full of drama. They find out who the real Sara is, and they call her, the person she's been using the pictures, and she said that this has been going on for like 7 years. So she's not new to this, she's true to this, you know, using some, isn't that Drake lyrics? I don't know, I want by Drake. You guys were watching me on Periscope, you saw I was like raving to Drake's new song. But back to Catfish. So when they Skype her, their plan is to have Sara come, and they're all gonna kind of do an intervention, kind of like ambush to this Ashley girl, and just try to get her to change her ways, turn over a new leaf, and be a better person, be a better human being. When they all meet up, they go to her house. They see her neighbor. They try to ask her neighbor, like, oh, does Ashley live there? And they was like, oh, I don't know anything. I'm sorry, I can't help you. You know, she was like not trying to get involved. I'm like, see, that right there is a bad sign, because if that's your neighbor, especially in a little town like that, everybody know everybody. So don't lie to me, okay? But she just didn't want to get involved. That was the whole thing. So then they go to another neighbor. His name just so happens to be, what was his name? Hanif. I think his name was Hanif. And then Neve was like, oh my God, my name is Yaniv. So their names are super close, super similar. So he gets a little bit of information from that little guy. The guy tells him that he does tend to hear sounds coming from that apartment. Sometimes her and somebody else. Sometimes her and a guy. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, that sounds a little creepy. I had a neighbor like that, and yeah, it was a while ago, but it was a little scary. It was a little weird, a little scary, and I knew that, you know, that was when she didn't take her medicine, to be honest. True story. But now Ashley, when they finally meet her the next day, like it was Thaddeus that called her up, and she was a little reluctant at first, but then she finally said okay. She met up with them. You know, why this woman looks like a grown woman, like she was a grown-up playing these little childish games, and she's using a young girl's photos. So she kind of apologizes. Like it just felt so fake and phony to me, the apology that she gave. And even while I'm watching, I'm just like, yo, this woman is full of crap. I'm like, look, she's not even having no real tears. What are tears? And they're not dropped. Those are fake tears. Like, I tell you, no lie, this is what I was doing while I was watching. The other girl, the Sarah Jackson girl, the real Sara, well, I don't know if her real name is Jackson, but the real Sara that she's been using the pictures, she was more emotional at first than the Ashley girl, who says that, oh, you know, I had weight problems, and I had a fiance, and 2 days before the wedding, he called off the engagement. He said that the girl that he was talking to while he was with me, she got pregnant, he's gonna marry her and not me. Who even knows that the story is real? It could all be a farce, because look at how she's making up all these different stories to these different people. She was engaging people as this Sara. She was saying that she was in relationships with people as this Sara. Like, she has been catfishing people for so long. And this Sara, poor Sara, she has so many relationships with people that she doesn't even know. God forbid she meets these people in the street. They probably could come up and hurt her, thinking that she's been playing them all this time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she's playing this deadly game. I'm like, there's no legal action or something that she can take against this woman, because this is totally freaking crazy. And they know where she lives now, so it's not that hard to find her. So anyways, yeah, then she like says all these sob stories, and I'm just like, you know what? She probably watched this show a few times, and she knows what you're supposed to do with this part. You know, this is the part where the sob story comes out. You say I'm sorry, you apologize, you put a sad face on, and then people will believe you, and they'll leave you alone. Because if you don't kind of look like you're sad, they're going to keep on pressuring you and trying to get that sadness out of you. So she was like, you know what? I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I got this. I'm going to go ahead and say what these people would want to hear, so that they can feel my pain. You know, and Sara was surely feeling that pain. She was all like, you know, I've been through this before. And, you know, and it's sad that she's using that as a crutch, because there are people like myself, you know, I've had a lot of weight issues and things like that, and for her to kind of use that just to justify the fact that she's been playing these games with people's hearts, people's lives, it's horrible. You know, who knows if she even I mean, maybe she does have her own little issues, but I think it's more than that. I think that she needs to get some kind of mental evaluation, like not even trying to be funny or anything. I really think that she does, because for her to be a grown woman and doing these things, and then come to find out at the end of it all, they say that she's still doing it. Thaddeus said that his relationship with his wife is thriving. It's better than ever. I guess this has made them stronger by being with this crazy woman and knowing that he could actually leave, and how easy it is. Maybe the wife is like, oh, hold on, reel him back in. You staying with me, boo. You know, and they're trying to make it work for the kids as well. But he said that he found out that Ashley's still doing it. I don't know how. He didn't really go into the fact of how he really knew that she's still doing it, but I know he said that he heard or something like that she's still doing it. And then Sara comes on and she says the same thing, that people are saying that she's engaged to them now, and it's just like crazy. And you know, she has to be smart, because the way that she had got into like be able to take more of her photos was that she pretended to be a guy at one point and pretended like, oh, you know, somebody's impersonating you and pretending that they're in a relationship with me, and then comes to find out that the Sam guy that she created at that point was actually Ashley. You know, this woman is really smart. She's really calculated, and she could be very dangerous too. Who knows? And it's just, this was just like so dumb. You know, she just made me so upset. And the whole time I'm like, yo, I do not believe her. She's full of crap. She's full of doo-doo. Look at her. And come to find out, it's the same exact thing that I was thinking. She's full of it. But anyways, that's pretty much the recap. We're not going to make this any more longer. That's it. Let me know what you thought about this episode down below. And thanks for watching. Check out my other channel, Samore Love TV, for my love and hip hop recaps. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.